Winter storm begins this evening and tonight. Who's getting the ice and snow? Let's talk about it in this Monday afternoon edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good afternoon. It is Monday, the 20th of January, 2025. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer. We're just going to get into it today. This is going to be an abbreviated Texas Weather Roundup. That'll no doubt still run long, given the fact we're talking about the potential for winter weather mischief heading into this evening, tonight, and tomorrow. We're going to focus a lot here on the impacts versus the overall amounts. The overall amounts have come down some because we're expecting more of sleet and freezing rain versus a longer duration of snow. So, before we get into that, some of y'all are going to be mad, and that's okay. You know what? Part of my life is dealing with mad people. But at the same time, the impacts from the sleet, snow, freezing rain will be impacts to travel. So the impacts are still going to be quite problematic. Let's just get into it. Here's a map we put out a little earlier this afternoon. This is a hand-drawn map because, well, clearly I have the drawing skills of a toddler, so this is what we're going with. I just want to show y'all where we're expecting a majority of our issues to be. We've got two zones here. The dark purple is where confidence is highest that we could see travel issues with accumulations of freezing rain, sleet, and snow. Notice I'm not putting accumulation numbers on this because, frankly, I don't care that much about the accumulation numbers. I care about the impacts, and that's what most of y'all are probably going to care about. Yes, I'll show you actual accumulation map graphics in a few minutes, but we're concerned about Austin, San Antonio, Laredo, even down towards McAllen, Zapata, Corpus Christi, the Coastal Bend, the Coastal Plains, South Texas, South Central Texas, the Hill Country, Central Texas, especially southern portions, Austin, east through Bastrop, Bryan College Station, the Brazos Valley, Southeast Texas, including the entire Houston Metro, the Golden Triangle, including Beaumont, Port Arthur, up towards even Lufkin, Jasper, and even parts of Livingston. Okay, so that's where we have that. The pink shaded zone is where confidence is lower and us having issues, but we're still probably going to have some icy bridges, overpasses. We could have spotty freezing drizzle, sleet. And again, temperatures are going to be way below freezing tonight and tomorrow morning. Temperatures down to the 20s probably. So whatever falls is going to stick. It's just a matter of how much is going to fall. Now, here's the high-res rapid refresh model. I suppose y'all being able to see my beautiful mug would be nice. There you go. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Here's the high-res HER through tomorrow morning. As you can see, as we go into this evening, we're going to have rain increase southeastern third of the state. We may start even having some freezing rain, freezing drizzle issues around San Antonio, Central Texas, and the Hill Country by 6 p.m. I'll preface this by saying this is data from about 7 a.m. this morning, the longer range data that goes out. Some of the shorter term data we're starting to see now, and we'll post another update this afternoon, is suggesting we may have a quicker onset of this in terms of falling below freezing in parts of Central Texas, the Hill Country. What we see this evening is probably going to be light. I don't want you to think we're going to have, spooky snow falling out of the sky at a heavy rate. We're going to have freezing drizzle, light freezing rain, and sleet, but whatever falls is going to stick, especially to overpasses, bridges, highway ramps this evening. As we go into tonight across really the southeastern third of the state, we're going to see precipitation become heavier. We're going to see more freezing rain. We're going to see sleet, and we'll see some snow mix in. The freezing line tomorrow morning is going to move south all the way towards McAllen. Frankly, we may even see a brief period of sleet and snow in Brownsville, where temperatures fall below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which again is going to be a majority, if not all of the state tonight, and we see precipitation. We will have accumulating ice, sleet, and snow. Now, southeastern third of the state, I understand, the rest of the country being like, oh, if we're not talking about all that much sleet, freezing rain, and snow. Well, guess what? This is southeastern third of Texas. An inch of snow is a big deal. 3 inches of sleet and snow is crazy. So the impacts are going to be significant, even if, folks up north are like, oh, this is nothing. Well, folks up north also cry when it's 90 degrees. My response, bye-bye. So, let's take a look. For what it's worth, worst of this will be after midnight tonight, especially southeast Texas, Houston through lunchtime tomorrow. We could be underway as soon as 6, 7, 8 p.m. this evening, San Antonio, Austin. It depends when that freezing drizzle starts. We're going to start with drizzle this afternoon, switching over. And we're going to know it's begun when ice starts forming on bridges, overpasses, untreated roads. So this will be a this evening, tonight, tomorrow morning thing. Now, we're going to go through And we're going to do things. I haven't done this in a while, but we're going to go by Weather Forecast Office. We have like 13 or 14 that cover Texas. I'm just going to show you the ones that have forecast out for this to give you a more localized view. We do have snow showers in the Panhandle this afternoon, this evening. I know I'm not focusing on y'all. Some of y'all could pick up 2 to 3 inches of snow, especially parried into Canadian, maybe some snow showers around I-40. It's in the teens. Whatever falls is going to stick to everything, so expect that to be an issue. Okie dokie. Cool, let's move on. Here is the Fort Worth Weather Service office. Again, DFW, this is nothing. We're not going to have issues in DFW from this. As we go into tonight and Tuesday morning, we could see an area of light freezing rain, sleet, maybe some snow across southern portions of North Texas, south of a line from Lampasas, Waco, over to Palestine, whatever you want. And there may be some travel impacts, bridges, overpasses. The worst will be farther to the south towards Georgetown, Austin area, okay? Here is the San Angelo County Warning Area Weather Forecast Office. Winter weather advisory tonight through tomorrow morning. Sonora, Menard, Brady, San Saba. We could see patchy sleet, snow, freezing rain, ½ to 1 inch. Bridges, overpasses could become slick with even some roadways as well. All right, as we go into the Austin CWA County Warning Area, again, here's the latest snow sleet forecast. Again, these have come down a bit because we're going to have more sleet and freezing rain versus snow. If we had all snow during this, we'd be talking a lot more accumulation. But again, 1 inch, ½ inch of sleet with some snow on top is quite a lot in terms of ice impacts, travel issues. So again, Eagle Pass, Rock Springs, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, Llano, east, including San Antonio, Austin, New Braunfels, Kyle, Georgetown, sleet and snow accumulations, maybe ½ inch, a dusting, maybe up to 1 inch, especially closer you get to I-35, and then the totals could increase as you go further east towards the west of Brazos Valley, southeast Texas. Again, we may not see a whole lot out here in terms of snow, but the sleet and the freezing rain will create travel impacts. That is the main message I want to stress here. All right, let's keep on going. We're going to go south, then we'll come back up. Corpus Christi, the county warning area, winter storm warning tonight. I mean, the whole southeastern third of the state's under a winter storm warning. You might notice I don't actually do too much of that in terms of communication of those in these videos because the criteria is so different typically across the regions. I try to focus it versus trying to go down through each list. Regardless, travel impacts are going to be an issue. The winter storm warning area, parts of the Edwards Plateau, Rio Grande Plains, Coastal Bend, Coastal Plains, South Central Texas, a trace to around 1 inch of sleet and snow with up to 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain, ice. Expect slick and hazardous travel conditions. That is the main impact here. Slick travel conditions. It may not look pretty on the ground. It may, if it's all freezing rain, it's just going to look wet, but it's going to be slicker than bull snot. So that is the impact here. Impact-based forecast, societal-based forecast, not a meteorological criteria forecast. Whatever melts tomorrow afternoon, southeastern third of Texas, by the way, will turn into a block of ice by sunset Tuesday, since temperatures will be down to the teens and 20s Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Here is the Brownsville Forecast Office. Guess what? Winter storm warning all the way down to Rio Grande City, McAllen, for the potential of sleet, snow accumulations of a trace up to 1 inch, with freezing rain accumulations, ice up to 1/10 of an inch, slick bridges, slick overpasses, even some slick roads. It's going to be slick. And this is part of the state that really doesn't see winter weather very often. We even have a winter weather advisory, travel advisory out for the Harlingen, Brownsville area of Cameron County, where we could see a period of freezing drizzle and sleet tomorrow morning that could result in a few slick spots on bridges, overpasses. And then finally, here's the Houston area, and we'll roll the Golden Triangle, Far East Texas into this as well. Now, you might see they're saying 3 to 5 inches of snow. That is going to be over a very small section where we see a heavy snow band set up tomorrow morning. Latest indications are that may be near the coast, towards Galveston. Otherwise, snowfall totals and sleet totals will be much lower, a trace up to maybe 2 inches. Regardless, we do expect travel impacts to downright near impossible travel across the Houston metro tomorrow morning through maybe Wednesday morning. Again, we may see some improvement Wednesday or Tuesday afternoon after the snow, sleet stops, sun comes out for a while, but we're going to plummet into the teens tomorrow night. That's for sure. So any water, slush, snow left southeastern third of Texas, or really anywhere we have, that tonight in the state, will turn to ice. So things are going to get real slick again tomorrow night. That includes the Golden Triangle, Far East Texas. And again, when I say it's going to be cold tonight, here's the forecast low temperatures. Well, it's going to be cold tonight, and especially tomorrow night. Wherever we have a snowpack, expect temperatures to fall into the teens. The whole state's going to either be in the teens or 20s. As you can see here, the whole state will be below freezing tomorrow night. But where we have a snowpack, expect temperatures to be 5 degrees colder than surrounding areas. And you know what? The good news is we're going to be rising above freezing Wednesday afternoon. We're going to fall below freezing again Wednesday night, so melted slush, ice, whatever will freeze again, but we're going to be in the 60s by this weekend. This is not a long duration event where we're going to be below freezing for a week. So don't think you're going to be trapped at home for a week. If you're staying at home beginning tonight, you'll be fine probably by Wednesday afternoon. So, again, this will be an event that begins this evening, maybe as soon as 6, 7 p.m. in the San Antonio area hill country, central Texas, becoming worse tonight, this evening, and then it just goes downhill tomorrow morning as we all get to see freezing rain, sleet, and then southeast Texas and the Golden Triangle, we're probably going to switch over to a few hours of very heavy wet snow Tuesday morning before it all moves out around lunchtime tomorrow. But road conditions may not improve much. They may improve a bit Tuesday afternoon, and then everything's just going to turn to a block of ice Tuesday evening through Wednesday morning. So, there you go. That is it for this update of the Texas Weather Roundup. We will do another one of these videos by dinner time. So we'll have updated information. We're going to be posting frequent updates on our social media platforms, the blog, the app, the YouTube channel here. But we'll have another video out by probably 6 p.m. That's the expectation. And probably another video by 10 p.m. It may be live, it may not, we'll see. But with that being said, you can always get your local weather forecast the latest, along with interactive winter weather radar in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps to your device, and you can also find us on YouTube, of course, Texas Weather Center. We appreciate everybody who's been joining us there. If you enjoy the forecast information, not necessarily the forecast, but the information, feel free to hit that like button. It really helps us out with the magical algorithm. And if you haven't already, join the family by hitting the subscribe button. All right, we'll talk to you all again here in a few hours. We're going to be keeping a close eye on things. There's always surprises with these things within 24 hours. As I always say, Mama Nature will throw surprises, so we'll see what this one ends up being. All right, we'll talk to you all later. Have a good afternoon.